Here's a shocking truth that might make you question everything you know about supplements. Despite religiously popping that vitamin D pill every single day, you could still be vitamin D deficient, tired, moody, and dealing with aching bones. The reason? You're probably making the same critical mistakes that render your expensive supplements practically useless. This isn't just another health article telling you to take more vitamins. This is about a fundamental misunderstanding that's costing people their health and money. Dr. Adnan Azad, a respected British physician, pharmacist, and health educator, has identified 5 devastating errors that transform your daily vitamin D routine from helpful to potentially harmful. But here's where it gets controversial. Some of these mistakes go against what many people have been taught their entire lives. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, plays a crucial role in maintaining strong bones, supporting your immune system's ability to fight off infections, and promoting your overall sense of well-being. Your body has the remarkable ability to manufacture this essential nutrient naturally when your skin is exposed to sunlight. However, when sun exposure becomes limited due to lifestyle, geography, or weather conditions, or when your body simply can't produce adequate amounts on its own, millions of people turn to supplementation as their solution. But here's the part most people miss. Simply swallowing a vitamin D supplement doesn't guarantee your body will actually use it effectively. In fact, according to Dr. Azad's clinical observations, most people are unknowingly sabotaging their own supplementation efforts through common but critical errors that prevent proper absorption and utilization. You take your vitamin D every day, but you're still tired, your mood's low, and your bones still ache. So what's going wrong? Most people are taking vitamin D completely wrong. If you don't fix these 5 mistakes, you're wasting your supplement, or worse, you're actually causing harm. Dr. Azad warns. Mistake number 1. The empty stomach trap. Many health-conscious individuals believe that taking supplements on an empty stomach leads to better absorption, a logic that seems reasonable, but is completely backwards when it comes to vitamin D. This widespread misconception could be the primary reason your supplementation isn't working. The critical factor here is understanding that vitamin D belongs to a category called fat-soluble vitamins, which means it requires dietary fat to be properly absorbed by your digestive system. When you take vitamin D without any fat present in your stomach, it's like trying to mix oil and water. The vitamin simply passes through your system without being absorbed. You must take vitamin D with fat. It's fat-soluble, which means if you take it on an empty stomach, it won't be absorbed. Add a little fat to your meal. Foods like full-fat yogurt, nuts, or eggs, Dr. Azad explains. This means timing your vitamin D intake with meals that contain healthy fats, such as avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, or even a glass of whole milk, can dramatically improve absorption rates. Mistake number 2. The magnesium connection nobody talks about. Here's something that might surprise you. Taking vitamin D without adequate magnesium is like having a car without a key. All the components are there, but nothing works. This lesser-known relationship between these 2 nutrients represents one of the most overlooked aspects of effective supplementation. Magnesium acts as a cofactor in the biochemical processes that convert vitamin D into its active, usable form within your body. Without sufficient magnesium levels, the vitamin D you're consuming remains in an inactive state, essentially making your supplementation efforts pointless. You need magnesium. Without it, vitamin D stays inactive no matter how much you take, Dr. Azad emphasizes. The solution involves incorporating magnesium-rich foods into your daily diet, such as almonds, dark leafy greens like spinach, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate. For those who prefer supplementation, magnesium glycinate or citrate forms tend to be better absorbed and less likely to cause digestive upset compared to other forms. Mistake number 3. Overlooking the vitamin K2 factor. This next point touches on something that could be considered controversial in the supplement world. The critical importance of vitamin K2, a nutrient that many people have never even heard of, let alone considered supplementing with. When you increase your vitamin D intake, you're essentially telling your body to absorb more calcium from your food and supplements. While this sounds beneficial for bone health, there's a potential dark side that most people don't realize. Without adequate vitamin K2 levels, that extra calcium doesn't necessarily end up strengthening your bones as intended. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption, but without K2, that calcium can build up in your arteries instead of your bones, and that's not what we want. Dr. Azad shares, this means that well-intentioned vitamin D supplementation could potentially contribute to arterial calcification if not properly balanced with vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic director, guiding calcium to where it belongs, your bones and teeth, while preventing it from accumulating in soft tissues like your arteries and heart. Food sources of K2 include fermented foods like natto, certain cheeses, and grass-fed animal products. Mistake number 4, the dosage dilemma. Here's where things get really controversial. The official dosage recommendations might be completely inadequate for most adults. This challenges the conventional wisdom that following government health guidelines is always sufficient. Many people rely on standard recommendations without considering their individual needs, lifestyle factors, or baseline vitamin D levels. Dr. Azad points out a significant discrepancy between prevention doses and therapeutic doses that most people don't understand. NHS guidelines do state 400 international units a day, but that's just for prevention. Many adults need around 1,000 to 2,000 international units. Now again, always speak to your doctor first, he explains. This suggests that the widely accepted minimum recommendations might only be sufficient to prevent severe deficiency diseases like rickets, but not necessarily optimal for maintaining peak health and energy levels. The challenge lies in the fact that vitamin D requirements can vary dramatically based on factors like body weight, skin color, geographic location, age, and existing health conditions. What works for one person might be completely inadequate for another, making personalized assessment crucial. Mistake number 5, the summer assumption. The final mistake might be the most surprising of all, challenging the common assumption that sunny weather automatically eliminates the need for vitamin D supplementation. This belief has led countless people to discontinue their supplements during warmer months, potentially creating a deficiency gap when they least expect it. Don't stop in summer. Sunlight only helps if it's direct, daily, and if you're uncovered. Most people don't get enough even in July. Be consistent year-round, Dr. Azad advises. The reality is that effective vitamin D synthesis from sunlight requires specific conditions that many people don't meet, even during peak summer months. Factors like sunscreen use, clothing coverage, indoor lifestyles, air pollution, and the angle of the sun throughout the day all impact your body's ability to produce adequate vitamin D naturally. Moreover, people living in northern latitudes may find that even summer sun isn't strong enough to maintain optimal vitamin D levels, especially if they work indoors or spend most of their time in air-conditioned environments. The transformation promise. Getting this right can transform your energy. It'll boost your immunity and give you that proper bone health, Dr. Azad promises. But here's what makes this controversial. If these simple adjustments can make such a dramatic difference, why isn't this information more widely known and implemented by healthcare providers? The implications extend beyond individual health outcomes. If millions of people are unknowingly taking their supplements incorrectly, what does this say about our current approach to nutritional education and healthcare guidance? Important safety considerations. While optimizing your vitamin D supplementation can potentially offer significant health benefits, it's crucial to understand that nutritional supplementation should never replace professional medical advice. Individual needs vary greatly, and what works for one person might not be appropriate for another. Before making significant changes to your supplement routine, Especially regarding dosages, it's essential to consult with a qualified healthcare provider who can assess your specific situation and monitor your progress through appropriate testing. This information serves educational purposes and should not be considered a substitute for professional medical consultation, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek guidance from your physician or other qualified healthcare professionals when you have questions about supplements, medications, or health conditions. So here's the question that might spark some serious debate. If these 5 mistakes are so common and so detrimental to health outcomes, why do you think this information isn't more widely shared by mainstream healthcare? Are we dealing with outdated guidelines, insufficient education, or something else entirely? And more importantly, which of these mistakes have you been making without realizing it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, because this conversation could help others avoid the same costly supplementation errors.